Chris, let's start with the Australian Oaks. You've obviously got Tutor Levita there. She was quite good last time out.
Yeah, she almost pinched the race, beaten only in the shadows of the post by Orchestral. She's trained on well. She's by the Autumn Sun, who we think will stay beyond 2,000 metres, which is what she raced over last start. So 2,400 metres on Saturday should suit. She's a promising filly. She's raced in 3 Group 1 races and been placed three times.
The Queen Elizabeth Stakes, you've got a really strong hand right across the board there, a couple backing up, and also the heavy favourite in Via Sistina.
Yeah, Via Sistina, she brings international form lines to Sydney. She franked that first up in the Ranvet, winning in a good style. She wasn't pressured at any stage. James McDonald just allowed her to go through her gears, and she finished off so strongly without really being fully tested. So that was exciting. She's trained on well since 3 weeks from that first up run. She looks well placed on Saturday.
The couple that you've got backing up from last week, and what was the decision process behind backing them up, and how did they take last week's run?
Both Lindemann and Kovalika have come through the Doncaster really well. They are 2,000 metre horses. There's nothing else left. This is the last weekend of the carnival here in Sydney in terms of these types of horses, so hence the reason why they're backing up. Both Group 1 winners, and yeah, the mile was just a little bit short, so they'll be much better suited to the 2,000 metres on Saturday.
Sydney Cup, you've got a couple of runners, Man Zeus, a Derby winner, getting him out to the 2 miles first time?
Yeah, it's exciting to get him out to this trip. He won over 2,500 metres in the Victorian Derby when he was 3, so now as a 4-year-old. His form's been a little bit patchy, but it was at least a much better run last start when running second over 2,400. And if there's any push to say that he will get 2 miles, he did run 2,500 as a 3-year-old. So yeah, that'll make him an interesting runner.
And that Victoria Derby, that tends to be a race that it's early in their 3-year-old season. Is it a case of then just allowing them to mature a little bit further to see them then come into their own at 4?
Yeah, it is. With this horse, we aimed him at the Melbourne Cup in the spring. His form was just not where it needed to be, so he's since been gilded, and this is the preparation, first time since being gilded. So yeah, it'd be nice to see him bounce back to better form. And Celino's in the race as well. He won the Cup a few years ago, then he had a tendon injury. He's raced successfully since then, including winning a Brisbane Cup. Forget his previous form leading into this race. Over 2 miles, he's one of the very few that will run a solid 3,200 metre distance.
In the Queen of the Turf, you've got 4 runners. I guess making a lot of interest is a Tissue coming back in trip, and you had the choice between the 2 races. You've opted for the Queen of the Turf.
Yeah, simply because she drew wide in the Queen Elizabeth, and she was about a 15 to 1 chance. In the Queen of the Turf, she won it last year, impressively, and she'll start close to favourite. So yes, Queen Elizabeth's worth a lot of money, but realistically she's a genuine winning chance in the Queen of the Turf.
And of the other runners in that race, you've also got Zagotcha, who was scratched last week from the Doncaster Mile, but coming off that pretty impressive win under quite a bit of weight in the Coolmore.
Yeah, she's 2 from 2 this preparation, and the form lines really do read well. So yeah, the mile, she's won a Group 1 at the Ramwood track over a mile, and won under handicap conditions, winning the biggest weight last start, so drops to weight for age here, and it's a great chance.
Just quickly as well, this week has obviously been a big week. All eyes from the racing world have been on Sydney, not just for the racing but also for the sales as well. We saw a lot of Hong Kong trainers and owners out at Inglis, but I think everyone was watching as Winx's first foal, the filly, went through, the Piero filly. She'll be heading into your hands. Just talk us through that week and what it was like seeing Debbie buy this Winx filly.
Yeah, it was a pretty intense week, obviously. A lot of people were interested in her. It's a unique offering, a collector's item, referred to by many. And yeah, to know that the Capitas family, headed up by Debbie, was so interested in the horse all the way through, I could see that they would have been very disappointed to miss out on the filly. So they've worked together a plan to to be able to secure her. And then there was great interest from America with John Stewart, which was fantastic. That created amazing theatre. He said he didn't want the horse to leave Australia. Subsequently, I guess, firing up other international purchasers to say that, well, we will buy it. So yeah, it was real theatre, and typical of Winks fashion. Yeah, it was an unforgettable moment, and for the Capitas family to purchase the filly, and for us to be entrusted to train her, it's a real delight, because Winks really was a special horse, and she captured the audience from around the world in so many great ways.